Voltron Network.
So, shall we begin?
You are now tuned into Talking at the Movies with your hosts, Eddie, Salim, and Mo.
We are live. Yes, guys, welcome back to Talking at the Movies. I'm EDERIECE Antonio.
It's your boy Salim here. And it's Mo!
Trio, the three
This
amigos.
is so weird. I never thought I'd ever actually be on your podcast ever again.
Three amigos reunited. After it's interesting, ain't it, Mo? After I told Salim last week that he was being missed by the listeners, that he was the star of the show, now boom, suddenly gets in contact.
Mate, I don't know why you want me on the podcast. I used to say the most dumbest shit ever. So so I'm actually surprised you don't call me back.
Somebody has to take the fall.
People, they actually fired me. They fired. That's what it is. It's like Steve Jobs. They fired me. It was a 2-1 vote.
You had to go. So, guys, what's been happening, man? Salim, you want to let the... Well, you already told everyone last week what you've been up to. Mo, what you been up to this week?
Dude, no. Listen, I have to tell you guys this, because although I said what happened last week, this Thursday that just went by, I had a meeting with a really high-end dude, right, who knows basically everyone within the industry in Pakistan here. So this meeting was made by a friend of my brother-in-law's who knows these three brothers. One of them got shot like a couple of years back for doing some shady stuff, right? And they called he basically flew down from Karachi, which is like an hour and a half flight, all the way down to Lahore, and he said to me that I want to meet you. Oh my God, you know the Harvey Weinstein of Pakistan, people. I think I actually came across him on Thursday. It was the most uncomfortable, freakiest, oddest experience ever. He invited me to this really posh place.
When you say Harvey Weinstein, you mean that he's just rich and powerful and a good, respectable, upstanding member of society? Is that what you mean?
Dude, this dude was like, through conversation, that if you do not suck my dick, you aren't going anywhere within the Pakistani film industry. It was as simple as that. Did he say those exact words? Alright, okay. So they apply stuff. See, I don't know how any of this stuff works now.
So what did he actually say? Like, I just want to know, like, what one would say without actually saying it, and one would understand what's being asked.
Well, he kept on saying things like, if you do something for me, I do something for you. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but I didn't, and he would laugh every time he would say that. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he just laughs, and he kept looking at me, and I'm like, dude, I don't get. And then I'm thinking back to all our conversations that we had, and all the PERV reports. Eddie, thank you for introducing that segment to the show, because that was really helpful for me. It all started coming back.
Are you sure this isn't just your ego? You sure this isn't just your ego that everybody must fall in love with you? That this guy had an innocent request that you would help him by finding him an actress or directing something for him, but in your head you're like, oh, he must be in love with me.
No, dude, I tell you one thing.
Well, you don't have to be in love with someone for them to, like, ask you to do something for them like that.
But I mean, through Salim's head, he's like, he must be into him so much, because I'm so irresistible. I've come all the way from England. I'm like, I'm just an amazing man. He came all the way down for me.
Surely, there must have been a bit where you were a bit flattered. You're like, wow, man, all this guy wants from me is to get on my knees, like, blow him, and I'll be like, I'll get a job.
No, he was. The thing is, right? No. Hey, look, I take this very seriously. I really do. I feel belittled. I felt like really, I felt low.
Giving him the blowjob.
It wasn't. No, what?
Yeah, he did it.
No one did anything.
You just said you felt belittled and low while you were performing the act.
But listen to this. This is how weird it was, right?
Not denying it.
So towards the end, this guy is basically, he owns a distribution company, yeah? And towards the end, he says to me that American films aren't doing well in Pakistan, right? And in actual fact, they are doing well in Pakistan. Maybe not in his... They just are. I went to a friggin' 4 o'clock show of Venom and it was packed. I've just heard a number of people that I know going to shows to watch Venom and other American films. And a lot of the time they are packed. People tell me all the time. And when I said that to him, he got up, he laughed. He literally just laughed, like smoking fat dude, just taking his like smoking and then laughing, getting up, and he goes, "Goodbye, Salim." That's what he said. That is exactly what happened. He laughed, smoked, and then just said goodbye, Salim, and walked off.
You just didn't play the game. You just couldn't suck in your pride and suck in that dick.
You know, fuckers, man. Like all these, see, you lot, right? All these perv reports that have been happening, all right? That you guys turn around and feel sorry for people and like, no, how dare this person speak to this other person like that? This is wrong.
Yeah, women.
And now, when it happens to me, you guys are saying you should have just sucked his dick.
That's what I always say.
Yeah, you should have done that.
It's a travesty when it happens to women, but it's comedy when it happens to a man. No one gives a shit. And obviously you're doing something. You're putting something out there because this is the second time someone's tried to spend the night with you.
But all right, okay. But on the real, right? There is something. I mean, like, we are laughing and joking about it, but it was. I just want to say, man, you guys know me, and a lot of this stuff I just like allow it to be. But I'm in a place where I do not know anyone. And I don't know. I mean, I've already somebody tried to kidnap me in Pakistan as well. All right, that's in the story in itself. But it is really, really uncomfortable because you do not know what to do in these situations. You don't know who he's got around him. You don't know who's sitting on the other table. I know you could say, dude, you may be a bit paranoid, but it is a really freaky, scary experience. I think the only blessing was that I was from the UK. If I was, I think, some Pakistani dude, and I'm going to meet some Pakistani actor later on in the next week, who's actually gone through that as well. So he told me over the phone that there's a number of times where he's been asked to do certain things if he wants the role. So this should be a very interesting conversation. I could even bring him on the podcast if you guys want.
So there's this guy. Then there's a guy who asks to spend the night with you, and then someone tried kidnapping you. Just got to face facts, Salim. You're just too damn sexy. How are you dressing?
A black shirt, black shirt, Levi's jeans, and a very smart pair of red trainers.
It's irresistible.
There you go. There you go, people. That's what it is. Far
like
from
Kim
it, dude.
Kardashian. You're the Kim Kardashian of Pakistan.
Don't know about that, man. Don't know about that. But all right, but sorry, Mo, I cut you there. I just had to tell the story. But like,
that's fine.
What have you been watching?
Use a condom.
Piss off. You know what, right? Sorry, I've got to say that I would have really thought I was going to tell you guys this story, and you lot would have been like, oh man, like, dude, it's really sorry to hear that. This is just fucked up. This world is just fucked up. This is just wrong. But instead, you guys are laughing.
You obviously don't know us very well, then, do you?
See, that's why you have me on the podcast, don't you? Just so you can take the piss about these situations. It's a very dark, horrible situation, people, that I wouldn't want anyone to go through. And that really did. I'm telling you now, it did happen to me. Casting couch situation.
Oh, God.
He did buy me a cappuccino, by the way, which was very nice of him.
You gotta stop doing that, because next time you don't know if it could be drugged or not. Don't let them buy you drinks, unless it's in a bottle.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very true.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
So Mo, what have you been watching, dude?
So, hold on, I just want to ask one more thing. So, what sort of stuff do you get to watch in Pakistan?
So, I was listening to your podcast the other day, right? Okay, so we don't get all the at the cinema. We only get the big releases. So there's a number of films that have come out in the UK. We just get like all the big films. That's it, like the Venoms, like all the Marvel stuff, the Mission Impossible stuff. But anything in between, we don't get that here, which is pretty crap. They do. I heard there's an IMAX here, but the IMAX isn't doing that well. But the things what I do get to, like, I also the other day I went to switch on Netflix because I heard that you the Good Place season 3. You're saying that you're watching that at the moment. Yeah. So I thought, oh my god, man, season 3, gonna check that out. Pakistan, Netflix does not allow me to watch that. In actual fact, does not allow me to watch a number of shows. Yeah, so I got my good buddy in Dubai to get a really, really good Passover, a really good VPN, and that's like changed my location, so everything is up and running as normal now when the internet works.
What's it on? Is it on your? Is it on your that tablet or on your laptop?
No, I'm watching everything on my phone.
Oh, okay. What's it called?
I'll send over. I'll just send over the VPN to you. Like, that's the other thing, man. You can't watch porn here. Like, that's another thing, right? You go onto any porn sites, it's like locked down big time. VPN, people, VPN.
So is that what you're using a VPN for mostly?
Mm-hmm.
Mostly.
Is that why you're limiting it to just your phone?
Although it's very difficult with your mum around the place because she never goes out anywhere.
Oh dear. I don't like where this is going. Okay, yeah. So, what have we been watching?
So who's going first? You or me?
It's gotta be you. It's weird.
I haven't really been watching much.
It's weird, Mo. Even though Salim's all the way in Pakistan, your line is so much worse.
It's probably my headset.
Oh. Damn cheap.
I had to use the one that actually was charged this week and not the other one.
It's not like you had notice to charge the other one. Is it broken?
No. It was just on medium battery, and I know the other one just goes from like medium to like low very quickly.
Okay. So, what have you been watching this week, man?
So, this week I have basically tried out a few episodes of Man in the High Castle Season 2.
Okay.
And because I waited so long between seasons, I've literally forgotten everything that happened in the first season. So it's been a bit jarring to try and like get my head around everything that's going on.
I haven't started number 3 because I'm waiting for you to catch up. Because I don't really want to watch it and then you not see it yet and then forget when you do finally see it.
So I probably will be there hopefully by the end of the week. And the other thing I decided to check out, because obviously we've had an email this week from our buddy Cameron, and he was asking whether I checked out The Flash. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't planning to, but I decided, you know what, let me go and have a look, see what the Season 5 opener is like. And it was actually not bad. It was very funny. They had, it did feel like the older seasons more than anything else.
Funny? Flash?
Huh?
Flash was funny. It had humour. People weren't brooding.
Not everyone was brooding. Not everyone was like, this is the end of the world. That kind of thing. So actually, I might torture myself with another season.
Okay. Have you given up on the Tomorrow, whatever it was called?
So I haven't actually finished last season. I think I've still got 3 episodes left that I need to go and check out.
Okay. All right.
And then last night, I was sitting there thinking, you know what, I want to watch a movie and I want to watch something funny. So I decided to watch Talladega Nights.
Hey, classic.
Oh my god. Gunn, how was it?
Was it the matador will dance with the blind shoemaker? And shake and bake! Shake and bake!
Yeah, shake and bake, bro.
Oh, it's so funny, man. That film is just so funny. Especially like all the stuff with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, God, yeah, the French driver. The Le Mans
He's
driver.
the French gay driver.
And these fucking shitty kids as well, just cussing their granddad at the dinner table.
Oh, absolutely horrendous. But then, like, the grandmother comes along and completely changes them. Like, takes them from being these hoodlums into, like, there's like a post-credit sequence where they're all sitting there and discussing, like, the meaning of this book.
Love it. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's has mainly been it.
Oh wow, I was expecting you to drop in a mandatory Star Trek freaking discussion point, but
I have been watching loads of Star Trek, but I don't really think you'd want to like listen to that.
Oh, thank you.
What is going on? Every time I listen to the podcast, and any time Star Trek comes up, Eddie seems like he gets really annoyed. So what's the deal with that? Star Trek is... and you're watching it as well.
It gets mentioned so much, and it grinds everything down. You know, most people aren't that into it. That's the problem. It's okay with the new show, but unless people actually say they give a shit...
Everyone loves Star Trek. I don't know what you're talking about.
Since when?
Everyone loves Star Trek. It's got like 700 episodes. If people didn't love it, it wouldn't have been on the air for that long.
It's niche. Regular people. You have to appeal to the regular people. Regular people don't watch that.
Those are the regular people.
No. Star Trek are a special breed.
Dude, hold on. Regular people aren't listening to podcasts about, like, comic books and movie stuff.
That's a point, actually. Okay, you got a point there. So this week, my show, Son, did you finish Ozark?
I have finished Ozark, and I would love to have a conversation about it.
Let's get into it then, man. Season 2. Whoo! I finished it yesterday. Crammed in the last couple episodes. Dude, so tense. So much better than Season 1. Season 1 was good, but this one, Jesus.
It is so well written, man. I mean, the last week I had Mo saying, and I mentioned this on the podcast as well when you asked me that, what have you been watching? But Mo said that you can't find a bad episode, and it is so true. Like, every episode is entertaining, it's fun, and it's got just so many every character is just has its own crazy, messed up story. And every time the screen is on, even like at first, I wasn't sort of that FBI agent.
Yeah.
It kind of got on my nerves to begin with in season 1, but through this season, man, like such a, I just want to swear, but most mums walking around the place. Such a messed up character, man. Like all of them, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, man. He is a piece of shit, but yeah, gets his comeuppance though, kind of. Well, I'm still waiting for the mandatory episode because there's still one character that hasn't been defined yet in the show. Everybody's had perfect, as SALIM would say, character development, but one character. That little that kid with Down syndrome that works at the Blue Lobster. He needs his own episode. Oh, I want to know what's going on with his life.
You've only got like 10 episodes a season.
So, I want to know his story. I want him to get dragged into this somehow.
Well, he doesn't have a story. He's just a kid that hangs around at the hotel.
Yeah, what's he seeing though? I bet you he sees so much. I bet you will get an episode at some point from his POV where he just witnesses all this shit that nobody realizes he sees.
What is his? Sorry, because I thought that he was related to the chick who runs the bar, but
he just
he's
helps.
just some kid she knows, right?
Yeah, he just kind of comes and helps out. I guess it keeps him busy.
I don't know why you want a story about him, Eddie. What is it? It's like...
Because, he's seeing stuff. He's there all the time. He's witnessing all this stuff that no one realizes he's there because he's disabled. Everyone just ignores him and thinks he's invisible.
And how will that enrich your life?
Because I just want to know, and I want him to be in danger, and I want to know his family, and then him get kidnapped. I just, he's the one empty gap left.
No, but his family hasn't even been introduced. He's just like walking around the place, just like you said, seeing stuff. But like you said, no one cares. No one cares about this kid.
Yeah,
it's like, kill somebody.
Yeah, like how you're saying no one cares about Star Trek. More people care about Star Trek than this kid.
But the show, I don't know.
I hear that. Like maybe just to bring his character out a little bit. Yeah, maybe. But again, I just can't believe what a messed up family this is. And even towards the
Which
end
one?
of... what's that?
Which one?
His direct family.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I also found the cartel's lawyer.
Yeah.
Her just to be a really good character as well, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're all good, but she was, every time she'll be on scene, it's like, yeah, this woman means some serious shit. Even when she goes at the beginning of the season, where she goes to the guy who's got all the footage of basically what's been happening, and she goes, look, I want the footage, and he goes, well, like, fuck off, you're not going to get this footage. And she goes back in the car.
Oh yeah,
and she just tells her to shoot Gunn.
The problem with her character is she's a very good character. I agree with everything you say. But she's a lawyer, right? And she seems to be like everywhere something bad is happening, like literally like criminal activity, and like just like nothing is sticking on her.
Yeah, she does seem to be really involved, more than you expect a lawyer to be involved in certain things. But yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
She seems to be turning. What was interesting right at the end of this was how Laura Linney, Wendy Bird, how she's basically turning into her.
Yes. Yeah, you do get a glimpse of that towards the last couple of episodes, because she does properly switch. Like you said, that they had that conversation that the moment we send somebody out to pull the trigger on that dude, you will change as a person. Like, you're not going to feel the same ever again. Yeah. And you start seeing that becomes apparent towards the very, like, was it 20 minutes before the end of the last episode.
Yeah, she should do Spike, man. She seems to be in love with the life. She's kind of just... I think she just finds it exciting, isn't it? She's part of that. She came from that political world, and she's just loving this shit. What about the Snells? How that ended up? Jacob. Oh.
Did anybody... Wait. Sorry. Did anyone see that coming?
I could see that something was going to happen in the woods, but I figured he was going to off her. But then when she offered him the coffee, I became a little suspicious, because she is just so unpredictable that you kind of think anything could happen, man, because she was insane, that wife. Darlene.
Her performance is so well done, man.
Is that what you thought was going to happen? Because you see both of them go on this walk, right?
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, what? Like, both of them, you can tell, they don't explicitly say it, but it's like, in your mind, like, one of those is going to kill the other, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Did you kind of think it was going to go down the way it did?
Not exactly, but I could see it kind of going one way or the other. And I definitely felt when she offered him the coffee that he really shouldn't take it. He couldn't take anything from that woman, because, damn, she's so fucking crazy, man.
But what was so good, right, is that whole episode where he meets Darlene for the first time in the
60.
When he meets her for the first time, and towards the end of the episode, you get to see, or the middle part of the episode, it might be the beginning part of that same episode, you also see when they tell him that the land is no longer on his name, like, he's in that coffee shop, so everything kind of just takes place in that coffee shop, and it's just so well done. I didn't see that coming. I thought because he runs up to her, and then he falls. I was like, oh, right, he's running up to her and he's going to stab her, and then like they do that beautiful long shot, that wide angle where he just drops, and she's just on top of him, just saying, just go to sleep, everything's going to be okay. Really, really messed up character. My stepmom was kind of like that, actually.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, I thought I'd throw that in.
Damn. And yeah, Mo, you were right, you know.
Everyone's gone quiet.
Smooth transition. But Mo, you're right about Ruth. Like, she should win an award for this. Her performance in this, man. She deserves like an Emmy or something.
Absolutely. Like, she's the one that you actually feel really sorry for.
Yeah. And I love the way that... Do you ever notice that she reflects... The actor who plays her dad, she really... reflects his facial expressions. I'm not sure whether she did this before he actually came on the show at full time, but the same mouth, like whenever you saw it when they were face to face with each other, like they do the same, they pull the same face with the upturned mouth. I actually love little things like that because it actually brings it in.
Eddie, that is a really good point. You know what? Now that you actually said that, I can see it. I didn't think about it at the time, but that is so true. When he talks, his jaw is like tearing off to the right or the left slightly.
Yeah.
And when she's in tense situation, she does the same thing.
Exact same thing. So I'm not sure whether she does it to copy him or because she was on the show first, he's doing it to copy her. But either way, it's a good little detail. I love it. Such a good show. Such a good show.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got the confirmation that season 3 is coming. Woo!
I think the character that I found, and I found her really annoying in the first season as well, and it kind of carried on through this season, is his daughter. I've forgotten her name, but I get the whole thing of like, you know, I just felt that she should have just stuck with the family, even though she's going through shit herself, because it's like any information that you leak out can screw your family up.
That's true.
I felt that she was really, really selfish, that kid was.
That's true when it came to telling the lawyer the details of it, but we don't really know how much she told the lawyer. But yeah, but you think about what's been happening. They've had cartels breaking their house. They've all been like dragged off by people. Like, it's a lot to deal with when you're like, what, how old is she? 15, 16? 17?
Yeah, she's around about that.
But what about that?
It's a bit too much to deal with. You see, you kind of, especially when they came from the piece in Chicago, where they, you know, had a nice middle class upbringing. It's just a bit of a 0 to 60. So, you know, you can imagine that she just want to get the hell out of it. But then, to say that, then she's just leaving a little brother to just get deep on his own.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Yeah, but that little brother is also going down like some sort of path that...
he's loving it.
He did seem to love that sort of lifestyle, didn't he?
He's loving it. He seems to be the one character. Everyone else is stressed and fucked up and falling apart, but he's the one guy that just seems to be like, at the end where they had that family photo, he seems to be the only one that's smiling genuinely.
Is he the only one that's smiling?
They're all smiling, but they all look like they're like struggling, like forcing the smile, where he just seems, even though he had his head shaved, he just seems fine with it. Like, yeah, loving life.
Yeah. Well, he took it really hard, didn't he, when the old man dies?
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty cool that, like, how he calls the whole of the mob to, like, his funeral, not realizing that they are the mob, but yeah.
Oh god, yeah, that's gonna come back to bite what's his face in the next season, isn't it? That he screwed them over. They blew up the office.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Man. So, what would you guys give it out of 5 then?
Oh, for me, 5 out of 5, man. I love it. Love it.
I would give it a full 5 out of 5. That literally has like it's like HBO level quality, really, isn't it?
Well, there you go, people. There's like and 5 out of 5 from my side as well. So if you haven't seen Ozark, like go check out on Netflix. Like absolutely brilliant. I'll definitely, without a doubt, you know, all the way through 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, I've been watching that. Continuing my rerun of Hannibal. Been watching that again. Love that show so much. Watch a couple of movies as well. What's Hereditary? Fui. You saw that, didn't you, Simon, in the cinema?
Hereditary. I can't remember that. Did we see that?
You saw it. Oh my god, the bad memory of Salem returns. You remember the horror film, the one that came out recently with the wicked trailer with the creepy girl?
Yeah, but I never saw that, dude.
You never went to see it? I thought you did. Okay. Damn. Alright.
No, I never saw Hereditary.
Ah, Lord. What a... Damn, so I can't really get into it then, because neither of you have seen it, but it's... It's like The Witch. Remember when we went to see The Witch a couple of years back?
Yeah. Which was brilliant.
Yeah, it's got that tone, that pace. So it's like a slow burn, but then there's a certain point where it just goes from 0 to 60, and it's just, what the fuck just happened? And then it just gets crazy. But in a tense, turn the screw slowly into the side of your skull sort of way. But I can't get into it without ruining, because every detail matters, so I can't fuck it up. So if you ain't seen Hereditary, you like slow burn horrors that really just go fucking crazy, get into Hereditary, man. It's a beautiful film. I give that like 4 out of 5.
Were you like sitting in the cinema watching The Witch? That I felt really uncomfortable. I mean, it was a film that kind of freaked me out, and I think I would have had a bit of an issue watching it by myself. So was it a bit like that?
Yes.
That you didn't really want to watch it by yourself?
It's that sort of tone. When there are moments where you know that there's going to be a crazy scare, you kind of just conveniently grab for your phone and pretend to just flick through Instagram while still watching the telly out of the side of your eye, because you know something's going to happen. It's one of them sort of ones. But yeah, it's damn, there's so much stuff I want to talk about, but it doesn't go the direction I thought it was going to go from watching the trailer. It goes somewhere else very much. And I watched a bunch of horrors, man. There's a movie I watched called The Autopsy of Jane Doe, where there's this big murder in a house, and this whole family's been slaughtered, and then in the basement there's this body of this woman, like half buried. And the whole film's about this father and son guys that work in the morgue, and the body comes in and they just start performing the autopsy on this body, and the more they go through the autopsy, the more they start to uncover all these crazy details start to be unveiled within this body, and then again it goes crazy, just like with Hereditary, and it ruins it for me to even get into what happens. But if you like those, it's a lot more of a slightly traditional horror film, but still a lot of fun. So that's one to watch. And another one I watched is called the...
Wait, I was actually... Oh, sorry, carry on.
And then another one I was watching was called The Corpse of Anne Fritsch. This is a Spanish one. Now, I can tell you the basic premise of the beginning. Imagine if Jennifer Lawrence was to die. Salim, what are you doing? I can hear noises.
Sorry, dude.
But
that's not me.
Is that you, Mo?
Yes, but stop being so unprofessional. Just carry on.
Dude, you can hear it on the mic. All the mics has noises.
Yeah, but like it makes it worse when you like talk about it for 5 minutes.
Well, be professional. Stop fucking around with your cats. Anyway.
I'm not. I'm putting peas in my curry, so it's at the right time for the peas to go in.
He cooked.
It's just so unprofessional, man. If you just carry on.
Wait now to start cooking. What the fuck? Anyway, so.
Let him cook. God, Eddie.
The Corpse of Anne Fritsch. So basically, imagine if Jennifer Lawrence died right now. As in, she's like the most popular, or, you know, give or take, the most popular actress of the moment. Everyone loves her, covers the magazines, like the biggest celebrity. Or Kim Kardashian, for that matter. That's who this actress is, this Anne Fritsch. Now, it's a story of one guy who works in the morgue, in the hospital. The body of Anne Fritsch is being stored there. It's literally like a couple of hours after she died. She just collapsed at a party. So this dickhead, this guy who works in the morgue, decides, oh my god, Anne Fritsch is here. Takes a picture of her, sends to his friends, and his friends decide they're going to invite themselves over to the hospital, so he has to sneak them in. So basically, you got this group of guys in the morgue, midnight, with this movie star dead body. And you know the worst thing you can imagine that a group of guys are going to do to a beautiful woman's body in the morgue?
No.
What messed up things are you watching here, Eddie? It all just seems to be about death and rape and dead rape.
It goes fucked up, but that's not even the worst, the maddest part of the film. Because that's literally all in the first 5 minutes that they decide we could be the last people Anne Fritsch has sex with. So... stuff starts to happen, they do some shit, stuff starts to happen, and then it goes 90 degrees, and I'm not going to say what it is because it ruins it. It's a big twist, but holy fuck. that's a lot of fun. The other one was a bit better, but still a lot of fun. It's a Spanish movie. Go check it out. Courts of Van Fritz.
So I want to touch upon something that Mo said, right? You've been watching, like, a lot of crazy shit. I mean, like, did you say that you were watching Hannibal?
I love horror.
Just like a stretch of horror films. Like, what's brought this on?
No, when you watch, I'm the type of person that when I watch one thing of a certain genre, I want to kind of continue that vibe. So I tend to watch other things that, you know, are in that same sort of genre. It's like when I get into watching, you know, if I get into watching a big, like, Kung Fu movie, then I start watching a whole ton of Kung Fu films right after. You know, I just have to kind of follow that sort of vibe. It's like, I was telling Mo last week, when I watched Mission Impossible, Fallout again, I just kind of got the vibe of watching all the other ones, so I just went back and watched all the other ones. So that's kind of what I do.
See, I'm getting kind of worried because you're the closest to my family, and I've been actually calling them, and I can't get in contact with any of them.
No, you don't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't disturb them. So just let they're just very busy, very busy.
So wait, have you then in that case made a start on the Netflix show as well? I think it's is it the Haunted something on the hill?
The Haunted House.
Oh, the House on the Hill.
Yeah, I was gonna watch that yesterday, but then I started watching something else. But I may check that out today. There's a couple. There's another one.
I have been seeing like people posting on forums all day today. Like, it's apparently supposed to be really good.
Yeah, there's that, and there's another one called Apostle. That's just come on Netflix, and that's from Gareth Evans, the guy who did The Raid. And that's a horror one he's done on Netflix, so I want to check that out later as well. But they're supposed to be good, so yeah, I'm going to get into those. But yeah, that's what I've been checking.
Okay. I actually did make a start on that yesterday, the one on Netflix. But I had this boy, who the family's house that I was staying with.
Jeez, you kidnapped the boy. He's one of the homeless kids.
Dude, there's this guy who's I was at their house and I was just staying there for 2 nights, and he keeps, and just when every time I would want to watch something, he'll like walk in, and I'm like, for God's sake, man, just like, and he would start weird conversations such as, you know, Pharaoh. I was like, what Pharaoh? And he goes, like Ramesses. And I was like, right. And he goes, his body was found a couple of years back. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I want to watch this show. And he goes, his hair still grows and his nails still grow. And I'm like, piss off. Every time I would say to this guy, just leave me alone, I want to watch something. And every time I would start, he would walk in the room, just start some weird conversation. So I think I'm going to actually, now that I'm away from that family, I think I'm going to actually also make a start on that as well.
It's a bit late, isn't it? Was it Ramesses found like back in the 30s or something?
Well, his whole thing is like, because God is still punishing Ramesses. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he goes like, his hair still grows and his nails still grow. And I go, no, they fucking don't. And he goes, yeah, they do. They still grow. And I'm like,
oh,
yeah, like, prove it to me. And he's just like sitting there.
It's a myth. Apparently, it's because the skin recedes and it makes everything look like it's still growing, but it's just because the skin's shrinking.
Yeah, well, there you go. He also kind of tries to touch my hand as well, so which is like kind of freaky.
Four people hitting on you. Too damn sexy, man. Shit.
Yeah, I need to see some. I haven't come across actually any good-looking women in Pakistan yet.
What happened to the actress that you were supposed to be hanging with?
I'm not entirely sure they'll like that if you do that.
What's that?
If you come across them.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's a really interesting... Okay, look, let me take that back, right? Sorry, I know we're kind of going off the topic here, but I have actually come across some good-looking women in the malls and stuff, right? But
You've done it in the mall?
No, you can't actually go up to them because, you know what I mean? They'll look at you, but you can't do anything.
What happened to the actress, Jim?
So, Yeah, still hanging around with her. So she's pretty cool. She said, look, you want to go to Karachi, we'll go together. And I thought, yeah, okay, cool, we'll go together. But, you can't actually go up to anyone here because it's,
You got to go through the brother or the dad.
Yeah, no, it's no. They're like they may be by themselves, but it's like because it's a Muslim country. It's like if you go up to them and ask for their number, it's like you're probably just.
Yeah, you have
I
to.
don't even know what would happen. Probably get arrested.
Yeah, you have to go to the brother or the dad and ask their permission.
Yeah. Pretty crazy shit, man.
So let's get into the news. Iron Fist has been cancelled by Netflix.
They killed it.
Just as I was liking it.
What is there any? So I messaged Mo earlier on, and on last week's podcast, you guys were talking about actually it's a big improvement over season 1. So what exactly has happened though? Is there are people just not watching it? What's going on?
No one's watching it because season 1 sucked and Defenders he wasn't great either, and people didn't stick around for the improvement.
Are we actually going to start seeing like all of them more or less come to an end now? Because
apparently not, because the others are actually popular. Even I believe I read today that Luke Cage has got an order for a new season as well. So it seems to just be Iron Fist.
Huh.
So what's really annoying is like the way that Iron Fist season 2 finishes. Like you really want to see season 3.
Yeah. You get what I say now, it completely changes the dynamic of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it completely changes everything, so you really need that next season. But there's maybe a light at the end of the tunnel that there is a possibility it could end up on Disney's new streaming platform.
Yeah, but it'll be a completely different show.
No, it will still be... They can still take over the production. It's just like any other show that moves from one standing to another.
It won't have the blood, it won't have the swearing, it won't have the killing.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah, it'll be a totally different show.
But then again, they haven't established how they're going to do the Disney thing, whether it's just going to be purely fluff content or whether there'll be some sort of, mature content.
Listen, Eddie, I know you're living in this land of denial and you want to hope that is, but the fact that they're not putting any of their adult-rated Fox stuff on the Disney service and pushing that all through Hulu tells you exactly what you need to know.
Well, we still don't know. They could put it on there either. But again, it's true, but we don't know. Don't know how the Star Wars show will turn out, but I guess.
So here's a question, right? Eddie, you found Danny Rand as a really annoying actor in the first season. Is he... I haven't started the second season. Is he as annoying as the first, or is can you get behind him now?
No, he's not as annoying. He's a lot better. He does still get a little naive here and there, but yeah, he's more level this time around. He isn't as... Part of it is because they fixed his goofy hair and gave him some stubble, so he looks a lot more like a man as well.
Another thing that we complained about quite a bit with the first season was the action. So what is the action like?
Big improvement. It's proper. There's proper kung fu sequences in this one now. They improve it a lot. They got a new director who's like a proper action, highly experienced with action, unlike the first season. And big improvement. Worth watching. You'll like it.
Okay. I think I might start watching it then. But if the third season is not going to be aired now, is it even worth it? Because you guys say it ends on a cliffhanger. It's
still good. Well, Mo, you just finished it, so how do you feel?
It's not like a cliffhanger as in someone's about to die and you have to watch next season to see how they escape. So it's not that sort of cliffhanger.
No.
Uh-huh.
It's set up like they go off on a new adventure. So the story that they tell this season is done.
Yeah. It just kind of changes the world.
But what happens at the end of the season makes you want to see the next adventure.
Yeah, because the world has changed quite a bit.
Do you think they knew that from when they shot the whole thing? They were just gonna can it, or
no? They always shoot it and then they have to wait a month or two to find out whether they're gonna get the thumbs up.
So if the ratings all of a sudden people do start watching it, we might actually get to see a season 3 then.
Well, there's always a possibility that he may turn up in Luke Cage because there's that whole
Heroes
there is
for
like
Hire.
a comic book series of the Heroes for Hire, yeah. And apparently the way that the press release is worded, it does seem to leave it up to like some ambiguity.
That could be a good workaround. Yeah. This is random. This next one. NBC is developing a TV series based on Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. You remember that movie, Salim?
I do. It's one of my memories. Like, it's one of those films that can, like when things are so bad or just so good, you can never forget them. This was one of those really. See, I read the book.
Yeah.
I listened to the book because you gave me the audio book, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I loved Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, but the movie was so bad. I didn't want anything to do with it after that.
It was ridiculously bad. But yeah, it was a fun book. So it could go either way, but it's still a mad premise to have as a TV show either way.
Well, like I said, the book's really good. So there is, I reckon, an opportunity here to make a good translation, but that movie was just poor.
Did you read the book?
Did you see it as well, though?
Yeah, I've
Why
seen
did
it,
you
yeah.
watch it?
Oh, shit.
I can't exactly remember the day or the time that I watched it. It's like the film's quite old now.
Yeah. Did you read the book as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That surprised me. I thought Mo wasn't going to have a clue.
Why would that surprise you?
Because most of the things we mentioned, there's so many stories per week that I don't put in our list because I just know that you're not going to either know about it or have any interest. So this was, I thought it might be one of them. I wasn't sure, but it surprised me. Thankfully.
See, you're just assuming.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You know what assuming makes you?
Yes.
The reason why I remember it, because we thought it was going to be so good that we decided to take Franz and all the other guys, like all my nephews, to watch at the cinema, and it was just so bad it kind of ruined his birthday. It's just like, and it was kind of my call as well. It's like, yeah, it's such a good book. We gotta go watch the movie.
Wow.
But we watched it so bad. He's so disappointed.
Wow. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, to you and me, to star in a Netflix film called John Henry and the Statesman.
Any idea what that's actually about? Is it like...
Apparently it's a famous story in America of a black railroads worker who could drill holes faster than anybody, and then he challenged like this new machine that the railroad people invented that could do holes, so they figured they'd get rid of all the workers, and he challenged the machine that he could do it faster. And apparently he did, but when he finished the challenge, he ended up dropping and dying. And apparently some story that they teach in schools to kids about being, I don't know, a hard worker or some shit. So.
Oh, right, okay. It doesn't really sound like the sort of film that he would normally make.
Apparently it's a big story in America. Everyone knows it because it's something they teach in school, so. Yeah.
Have you ever seen this like on an American TV show or movie?
Apparently there's a number of movies about it and shows. Like, this was news to me. I hadn't heard of it.
No, I mean they're teaching it in like class.
Yeah.
Because that's like how you like see a lot of like American school stuff. Like they're talking about it in the school.
Yeah,
I think we might have studied. Sorry, Eddie. I think we might have studied this in school as well. You know.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Ah.
Okay. So is this one of is this like one of those films that shows that Dwayne can act? Is this like one of those films?
Well, it could be, and well, it's strange because Netflix wouldn't expect Rock to be doing a Netflix movie, but also there's also a little bit of a backlash coming from people saying that The Rock ain't black enough to play the guy. Which is a bit funny.
Dwayne Johnson and Netflix face backlash over Black Folk Hero movie.
There you go. Well, you got the thing. Might as well read the setup for it. Might explain better than I
was
do.
just reading some other like headlines. Old John Henry is cool with Dwayne Johnson playing the character. Don't know who John Henry is.
It must be like a descendant or something.
Well, of course he's going to be happy if The Rock plays him.
Yeah. Read it, Mo.
Sorry, what is it that you want? What is it you want to read?
The premise. 'Cause did I get it right or was I off?
I have no idea. I'm looking up like headlines about him being about him not being black enough.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon that's an issue? Like, do we really care about that?
Well, myself, I don't always consider The Rock because Rock's never really represented. I always feel that Rock he represents more Samoan heritage than he does his African American side. He doesn't really seem to rep that side that much. So I don't always identify him as being a black guy. It's weird, I guess, to people outside of that. But as a black guy, it's weird. I don't really view him that way.
What do you look at him and see? You don't see
Samoan.
a black guy.
I see him as a Samoan guy because that's what he represents. He puts that forward with his tattoos and he always talks about that side of his heritage, but he doesn't represent his dad's side of the family who he's not that close to. So for him to be playing this African American hero that's supposed to be in America, it's I'm not surprised, but at the same time, it's I don't know, ambivalent. It's weird. I'm just reading some titles about it. It's crazy. Anyway, James Bond will never. So this is one you will love. I know you will love this one. James Bond will never be a woman, according to one of the producers, Barbara Broccoli. That's coming from a woman right there.
That's only until they have a woman.
Like, but yeah, exactly. That's like that. Look, do you remember when Dana White said the women would never fight in the UFC?
Yeah.
And like a few years later, like women are like headlining UFC events, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I reckon in the future there is a possibility that she says never. Like there is a possibility that she might James Bond. We might see a female James Bond.
If it happens, it'll probably be wet. Oh, okay. Oh, Sam's going off on one of his tyrants. Go on. You don't think they should? You don't think they could?
Not personally, but no. Listen. I don't think. Yeah, it could be something to do with the James Bond sort of division or universe or whatever you want to call it. But I don't think James Bond should be a woman. Like I just can't. It won't. I've always seen James Bond as a dude, so therefore, like, I kind of agree with her. Should, like, if she thinks it shouldn't be, then yeah, I agree with her. But it's just like it just seems a bit strange. James Bond being a woman. Like, it wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't have the same impact as James Bond does.
Well, what do you think of? We were speaking last week about the female character in the Mission Impossible films, the British agent, that she's going to be getting her own spin-off film. That will basically be a female James Bond movie because I like her. She's cool, man.
Right. So so like if she was it wasn't James Bond, but it was like at some point they could refer to James Bond in whatever you want to call her film. Then, I mean, if it was like that, that'd be cool. I'd be happy with that. I mean, she was a really, really good character in all the Mission Impossible movies, the two that she was in, right?
Yeah.
I want to see a film on her.
Well, it's true. It wouldn't be James Bond because you couldn't be called James because it's a woman, so it'd be Jane or something. So it does kind of defeat the purpose. But she was saying that, it's a character that was made as a man. It was, a man's personality, so it will stay that way. And what we should do is just develop female characters that could have their own stories. So basically what the Mission Impossible things are doing. It's true, though. It makes sense.
Yeah,
that sounds a bit silly considering that they recast the actor every few years. Do you know what I mean? Who cares whether it's a female or a male? That sounds very, very arbitrary.
Most people, though, because...
Mo, you don't really care if James Bond is a female or male. You don't care if it's black, white, whatever.
Exactly.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum now. I think James Bond should be a white dude because he's always been white. I think, and it should always be a male. Like,
but isn't it like, you say like he's like this quintessential like English gentleman, but like have any English people ever played Bond?
Daniel Craig.
Is he like the first one?
No, what's his face? Roger Moore.
Was he not like Scottish or something? That's like the other one, isn't
No,
it?
that's Sean Connery. Sean Connery was
then-
Scottish, and Lazenberry
then-
was from New Zealand, and
And then Timothy Dalton, I think, is Irish
something like that. Yeah, but yeah,
or Welsh.
Yeah, I also think that the hardcore. I don't know if there is a
there
hardcore
is.
James Bond community. I'm sure there's people that
there
love
is.
James
I
Bond, but
think that community is even smaller than the Star Trek community.
well, you say that, but
But
consider
if
you say that, but look at the box office for the James Bond films. Even the ones that do bad still do better than the Star Trek films.
So how many like James Bond conventions do you know of?
Well, that's the big difference. It's a small universe. You can't really fill it out with one actor in the whole thing. But yeah, I give you that.
that actually would be a lot of fun. So you have to go there dressed as a secret agent, like with tux and everything. Like it's a really. Could you imagine
Classy.
that? It's a really sort of.
Yeah.
You're served like
Martinis.
yeah, exactly, martinis and. Like there's hot women around the place.
Isn't it?
They're
Cars,
dressed really, really well.
Aston Martins
I think that,
on display.
dude, exactly, Aston Martins. I think we're onto something there, people.
That would be good,
I think
actually.
Mo, we can get some tickets on that one.
I'd love to go to
Go,
that.
go make some money.
Yeah, why not?
You go for it.
But you wouldn't be allowed. We wouldn't be allowed because like James Bond is not allowed to be black
No,
or Asian.
we played like the henchman. You have to dress up like henchmen, don't it?
Right,
the
okay,
villains.
somewhat from the James Bond movies. But yeah, it just doesn't sort of, like I was saying, the James Bond community, there's people like obviously like, love James Bond from the very beginning. They've been watching all the movies. I think they would have an issue with it as
A lot of people would, yeah.
Like small or big community, I think they would.
Definitely would. Yo, Scarlett Johansson's gonna get paid. This is pretty mini news, what it basically is. Scarlett Johansson's gonna get $15 million to play Black Widow in the movie, her own little spin-off. Think that's too much? Think she's worth it?
Do you
I don't
want to
really
see?
know like how much people get paid for a film of that magnitude.
Does $15 million seem like a good amount?
Yeah, I think she's been playing that character for so long. I reckon you know what? I reckon she deserves it. I mean, especially how much they're probably going to rake in the box office.
Yeah, I think Jennifer Lawrence is at
I would watch it.
I would, definitely. I think Jennifer Lawrence is at the 20 million mark right now. So, kind of puts in perspective. But she's a bigger Oscar winner and all that shit. But, yeah, not really much.
Yeah.
Now, one for you, Mo. Now, Warner Brothers is launching its own streaming service. Ah, God.
So yeah, but like if you think about Warner Brothers, right? So they've already got the DC streaming service.
Yep.
They've got the HBO streaming service.
Yep.
Now they're part owners of Hulu, and now they want to own and start another one.
Yep. Rather than I could go with it if it was like an umbrella of the HBO, DC, and Warner Brothers. But the fact that it's just all these little fragmented little services, it's fucking annoying. Well,
It just seems so pointless. So once you split out like those into three different services, it's kind of like, oh, I want that. I need to subscribe to that. Oh, I want that. And then you might as well think, you know what? Sorry, I'm not subscribing to any of them.
yeah, that's why I bootleg.
Yeah.
Bootleggers unite! Speaking of which, we started watching The Gifted season 2. I know you guys don't watch it, but anyway, if you guys watching it at home, love it. Great show. But yeah, fuck Warner Brothers. It's a terrible idea. You greedy bastards. I hate it. Superhero news. Captain Marvel star Brie Larson has signed on for 7 films.
So that'll be 3 Captain Marvel movies, an Avengers movie, and probably like 2 in somebody else's.
That's at least, yeah, if you think
Yeah, but-
3 Avengers.
yeah, but
So there's going to be there's at least 2 this coming year, right? Next year.
Yeah. But I'm not sure whether it's post that or including those. I think it's post. So I think it's only recently been announced. So this could be additional movies on top of Captain Marvel and Avengers 4. So that's a lot of films.
Right.
Man.
So, but are you really that surprised, considering it's something? I mean, you guys were talking about like, you know, Marvel or Disney are reshaping everything. So, like, she's supposed to lead up the team now.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then if you look at
She's Iron Man now.
the amount of movies...
Yeah,
Huh?
she's basically Iron Man now. It's like Robert
Yeah,
Downey Jr. being in a million films.
Yeah. So if you just look at the amount of Iron Man movies or, you know, Captain America movies and films that they've been in together and, like, the Avengers stuff, there's still quite a lot. I think it's even over than 7. So, like, that doesn't surprise me.
It's a big commitment, though, when you think about yourself as an actor. She's an Oscar winner. All the various projects they're going to have to try and squeeze in between those. It's like, it's a weird thing to... I guess it's like working on a TV show, I guess. I guess you have to look at it that way.
It's their shit is a winning formula, man. They seem like they always get it right. So, like, it doesn't, you know, like I said earlier on, it doesn't surprise me for her to just sign on to 7 films. Like, to lead the operation as well. I mean, she's like she's going to be like the Iron Man of
true.
You know, the next set of superheroes.
It's true that they got a good formula going, but that's not only the only commitment. There's a lot of people who kind of moan about the idea of being in so many movies or being committed to one character for so long, because that's a lot of years. 7 movies, that's like 10 years, almost. 10 years playing that one character. Some people really get sick of it. Because I was actually, when I was telling you, Mo, last week, that I was listening to the Chris McQuarrie, the Mission Impossible director-writer. He was saying that, you know, the villain from SALIM, from in Fallout, who was also in Rogue Nation, the British guy, the one who's a prisoner.
Yep.
Do you know he had to really fight to get him to come back, because the guy just did not want to come back, because he just hates sequels. He hates playing the same character more than once. And even though these movies were successful, like the fact that his character didn't die in the last film, the guy was like upset about, because he thought he was. And he's like, "You're going to make me come back, aren't you? I don't want to come back." So they had to persuade him, and he did. And he didn't die in this one either, so he may end up coming back for another one. But yeah, so some people just don't like the idea of just being stuck in this one mold for so long, even though it's a successful mold.
Those people don't need to go watch the films.
No, but I'm talking actors. I'm not talking about audience.
Yeah, but she's signed. So you got to remember. So she's already signed for that 7, right? So she's going to be up for it. But B, you got to remember, just because you signed for 7 films doesn't mean you actually have to do 7 films. The studio may decide they don't want to. They're basically covering their bases. Look at the stuff that's happened with Chris Pine in Star Trek.
Yeah, but she'll do them. Marvel got their shit together, man. They're not like Warner Brothers or Paramount.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, if we sign her for 7 now, we sign her at the rate that she's agreed. Not like we do 5 films from now, but we really want her to come back for another one, but she's asking for too much money.
Yeah, that's what happened when they committed the other Marvel guys, but then there was that big dispute. Do you remember a couple of years back that Robert Downey Jr. managed to force the studio to change everybody's wage? So even those contracts don't always hold up. It's like pointless half the time.
No, but like, it's worth having them there in the first place than not having them at all.
It is. James Gunn, after being stabbed in the back by Marvel, as he believes, he is now, it's confirmed that he's going to be writing Suicide Squad 2 and maybe directing it as well.
I don't think that's that much of a shock, to be honest.
No.
It's kind of like, where does like a guy who's had that much success, has that much of a unique voice, go from one comic stable? Like, if you think about it, like, where's the other big place in town?
But it's like going from this pristine, beautiful, glass, glistening, shiny building and then moving into a dilapidated block of flats that's falling apart that you're expected to fix. Because Joss Whedon moved into that same building and then look what happened.
But wait, wouldn't that, you've said it yourself, right, that you would rather go, I'm sure you've said it, that you would, if you had the choice, you would rather go do something with Warner than Disney, because you want to clean up some stuff, and if they give you something such as Suicide Squad, there's a lot of fun to be had with that.
Yeah, it's true.
So, you know, like, you know what I mean? So I would rather I'd be like I'm not surprised, but I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would
like to see. I want to see what he does with it.
Yeah, and I think it's the perfect role, the perfect project for him as well, because it's like a group ensemble, like Guardians of the Galaxy. But he can have fun, he can have humor in it, but it could still be, decent action. It's I think that's the right one. You gonna say more?
Yeah, I mean, like you. Sorry, man, Gunn.
Sorry, what was that question?
Oh, you were gonna say something.
Oh no, sorry, I thought you.
No.
No. So how do you feel about it? You interested? You like it? You think it was a good fit?
He will make like an amazing film. I mean, it's like there's no two doubts about it. This dude will go in, and they'll be like, "Why did we not have this caliber to begin with?"
Yeah. Hopefully they won't step on his toes though, like they do with every other bloody director that they bring in. They'll just let him do his thing, tell his story, and he won't end up like Joss Whedon, just pissed off and end up leaving.
Yeah, but the Joss Whedon thing was a bit different, wasn't it? He basically came in to finish someone else's film. Yeah,
but he was supposed to do the Batwoman or the Batgirl movie, but now that's not happening either. It's just been scrapped.
Who knows? There could be so much stuff behind there. This is coming in fresh, doing his own film. It's called The Suicide Squad. There's going to be an element of like it being a little bit sort of out there and risque. And let's be honest, it cannot be worse than the first one.
No, it can't.
If they make a worse film, it's at that point that they probably want to think like maybe we'll want to stop making these films.
Should already. We still haven't got confirmation on whether Salim, what was your thoughts? We never got to hear from you about whether it hasn't been confirmed either way, but the possibility that Henry Cavill may end up leaving and not being Superman anymore. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago we saw that whole thing of him like lifting the toy and then like dropping the toy. Which does he drop it? Does he lower it down?
Yeah, he lowers it down.
He holds it up and then he lowers it down. Yeah. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. How do I feel about that? It's gonna be kind of it'd be weird not seeing Henry Cavill as Superman. He's supposed to be Superman. Like if we start seeing another Superman. Yeah. Like he just wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? It just wouldn't fit already. Where it's a bit of a mess. So like it just adds to it.
Yeah, and then there's still unconfirmed that we may not even have the Batman anymore. What's his face? I've forgotten his name now.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck.
Oh, you're talking Ben?
Yeah. Again, unconfirmed, but it's out there that he may not come back. So it's a.
The whole thing with Cavill wasn't that to do with like wasn't that to do with like
contracts,
like a price to what he wanted to be paid or something like that?
I think it's just contract negotiations. So yeah, it could be price, could be so it could still be being worked out. You never know, but it's just it's crazy. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the first look of Batwoman for the CW show?
It does. I thought the costume looked absolutely fine.
Think it didn't look a bit too Toys R Us-y?
It's a bit difficult to tell because it's a very Photoshop type picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought when I saw it, I thought it was a bit over the top. Personally, I saw it and I was like, I actually thought it was a toy or like from the comic, or there was a front cover on a comic or something like that. I actually didn't think that was, obviously I read what Uz had put down after that, and you guys, with his feed, but I thought it was slightly over the top. But again, it's just a picture, like when we see it on film, it's probably it's gonna look slightly, probably a bit different, isn't it?
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, good lighting, grading on the film, it could improve it. Like the mask, the head from the neck up, it looks perfect to the comic book, but yeah, the rest of it does look a bit spandexy and cheapish, but hopefully. But Ruby Rose, I'll give her a go, I'll give her a chance, I'll check in. I will check it out. But that's pretty much it for my news this week. But Mo, you said that we had a letter finally.
We did.
From Cameron.
All in honour of Salim coming back.
Inevitably.
Oh, was it?
And he said he's in Pakistan as well, so Salim probably put him up to it. You probably met up with him and told him to write it, and didn't you, Salim? Admit it.
Wait. Did Cameron say that he's actually coming to Pakistan?
I think he's already there.
No, he's in Pakistan.
Nah, get out of here. Cameron, give me a shout, man. I need some friends here.
So, Cameron has emailed us and he's saying, hey guys, what's up? I'm currently in Pakistan. I've been here about a week and a half. Maybe I might see Salim here. Just wanted to check in and see how you guys are doing. TV news. Mo, did you check out The Flash? And if so, how was the premiere? Also, I've been hearing good things about Titan's first couple of episodes.
Yes. That's actually going to be on Netflix, won't it, when it starts showing?
It started already, so I think it was yesterday. So I'm quite kind of surprised that Netflix haven't made an announcement as to when they're broadcasting.
Yeah, because it let me... I looked for it this morning, and it came up on the list, but it only let me add it to my list. It didn't show any content or even a poster. So I'm going to have to...
Yeah, I do hope they're not doing we'll wait till like all 10 episodes are done and then we'll show it.
No, because you can add it from this point, I'm guessing it's going to be like the Black Lightning, where it'll be week to week.
Yeah, but it's kind of like those shows normally appear the day after.
Yeah, it's not too bad. That's all right. So within the week, so that's okay. But we'll see.
Yeah, but they have it. If they were like coming this week, they would announce it. It would be like already on there saying first episode available, like on day whatever.
That's the point. What day did it broadcast in the States?
It was broadcast like yesterday.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll find out by Monday. That's the cut-off time, I reckon.
Listen, if it was coming, they'd be advertising it.
Yeah.
And then, like, did you guys see the Batwoman CW costume reveal? Obviously, we've just been talking about that. And have you seen the trailer for Daredevil Season 3?
Stayed away.
That looks amazing.
Don't want to see it. I want to watch the show straight. I'm hearing good things, that it goes back to Season 1 style quality. Even though Season 2 was still decent, but yeah, it's... that's the flagship poll for that shit, so I don't want to watch I don't want anything to be sport.
What's this with you, like, all of a sudden not watching any trailers for anything?
Because it's just enjoyable.
You're supposed to be doing trailer reactions.
It's just
You're the trailer reaction dude, and you're not doing any trailer reactions.
It's just enjoyable going into things clean. Like, I don't know, it's just a nice feeling. Like, it won't last for long. I will eventually start watching all the bloody trailers again, but yeah, it's nice.
Are you just sick and tired of trailers, Eddie? Like, you've seen so many trailers and you've been reacting to trailers, you're just sick and tired of them now. You just want to, don't want to see it. And you just want to see the movies now or the TV shows from scratch.
Just experimenting with seeing things from, it's like when we saw A Quiet Place. I didn't watch any of them trailers properly. So when we went to see it, it was like, I had no real idea of what I was going to see. And it just paid off. It made it so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, but like you're a guy who basically does or runs a podcast about this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like not watching trailers is probably going to make that a little bit difficult.
Nah, it'll be fine. But what I'm hearing, Daredevil's awesome, Kingpin's awesome in this, and they've got what's his name, Deadshot, as being the main villain, besides Kingpin. And
now, if you'd watch the trailer, you'd know all of that.
So he's awesome as well. Everyone else is supposed to be kind of shitty though. His little buddies, the lawyers, they're not as great so far.
I actually stopped after watching. I saw Daredevil, and I still haven't seen Punisher, and I just haven't been watching any of that stuff, like any of the Netflix Marvel, Avengers, setup. But the one thing that I really did like was Kingpin. I really liked that character, and a lot of the fight scenes as well the few fight scenes that we saw between Daredevil and Kingpin, they were a lot of fun, man. Yeah. Just seeing this really big power dude just moving around the place and just knocking people out.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
See, I saw your guys' review of Venom. I haven't seen the movie yet, but might be difficult in Pakistan, but I'm going to try checking it out. And then he's got a gaming question. He says, what are your top 5 PlayStation 4 games, if you have one? And also, have you guys played the new Spider-Man game? What are your thoughts? Well, basically, there's only one game on PlayStation, I think, and that's called Street Fighter 5. I think that's the only reason anyone buys a PlayStation.
The fuck? Dude, everyone's always talking about this Spider-Man. Everybody talks about it. I haven't been playing it, but I'm just hearing everyone saying how amazing, how it's literally the best Spider-Man movie that's not a movie.
I was thinking of buying it. I might buy it when it goes down to like £15 or something, but it looks very, very repetitive.
Apparently not, though. Apparently it's really good.
Yeah, but you know these PlayStation boys, they haven't grown up on like proper games.
Ah, shut up. You only play one game.
Yeah, I see. But the thing, I'm actually in agreement with. You know, I heard Mo talk about that. He just doesn't really have the patience for like proper like story role playing, that sort of games. And I just want to play games where I could just pick up the controller and play, like old school, like when you were at the arcades, or like Super Mario or Sonic. Those are the games, or Street Fighter, or obviously all the fighting stuff that I really used to enjoy, like the golden axes and everything. Now with like shitloads of story, I know a lot of people love that, but for me, I just don't have the patience for it.
10 hours of gameplay or 20 hours, it's just long.
It's just too much.
I'll tell you what I have bought recently, and it's a real pity that we won't be getting together anytime soon, is Mario Party. That looks like it'd be an absolute riot in the 3-player mode.
Why'd you buy it? You got no one to play it with, Mo.
I played a single-player game.
Come on, it's a party. It's in the title. Mario Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have other friends that I can play it with.
Like who?
What do you want me to get my Rolodex out now?
He plays with his invisible friends or with his cats. He puts the controller on their neck, ties it around their neck, and they say, come on, let's play some Mario Party.
There we go. See, job done.
Fuck. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, by the way, what happened to your cat? I heard that it wasn't well or something, your mum was saying.
Well, poor old Gizmo was very sick a few months ago.
Oh, right, okay. I take it.
You tried to sell Gizmo to me, Salim.
He's a lot better. Did you hear me talking to my mum today? Did you hear what she said? When I told her how much money I'd spent at the vet, she was like, I wouldn't spend that. You should just thrown him out on the street.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard her say that.
Was that why you were trying to sell him to me the other week?
What?
Is that why you were trying to sell me Gizmo the other week?
I was not trying to sell you Gizmo the other week.
You said I could buy Gizmo. You said when I was saying maybe I should get a cat, you were like, or get a goldfish or some shit. You were like, no, you can buy Gizmo. Like, what? No, he's evil.
Selling you a broken cat.
Exactly. Broken second-hand cat.
So do you want to buy Gizmo then, Eddie? Is that what you're saying?
No. He's evil.
I'll get you a bargain basement price. £800 for a thoroughbred cat.
An evil cat.
If Eddie, wait, hold on. Like the $1 Million Man said, everyone's got a price. If Eddie said to you, right, I will buy Gizmo off you for 50k, would you sell Gizmo?
I'll be like, I'll drop him round it personally.
Ridiculous.
Would you read that? You would never sell Gizmo.
I'd be like, 50 grand, give me that money. You're a fool, I would have sold it for half.
Dude, he would do that. He would laugh knowing that it would just be a terror. That he'd just go around scratching and destroying everything. And then in a week I'd be like, Mo, come and take it back.
What would happen is I'd tell Gizmo, just destroy it all and then run away and then just come back home.
Wow, okay. So
is that
Cameron's in Pakistan. Alright, Cameron, let me know where you're at, which city you're in. So if you're local.
Are you not signed into the Instagram account? Because he's been sending us Instagrams.
Mate, this is really bizarre. Okay, so we're on a call, so this is fine. I can watch Netflix sometimes, but when it comes down to signing in and doing anything on Instagram or Twitter, I can't do it here. It just won't allow me to friggin' sign in.
I think it allows me to sign in. Sorry.
No, hold up. It lets me sign in, excuse me, but I cannot seem to load it up properly. So, that's why I haven't actually uploaded anything on Instagram, because I actually can't seem to do it.
weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. Anyway, so that's pretty much it, I guess. So, you gonna be making this a regular occurrence? You gonna be joining us next week?
Yeah, I'll do. As long as you let me know when you guys are recording, and just give me plenty of notice, then I can take up with you. This sort of time is good because it's like coming up 10 o'clock in Pakistan. So like now I'm probably just gonna go to sleep. But so if we could keep it like around about this sort of time, then I could try to join you guys and just let you guys know exactly of what's happening in Pakistan at my end as well.
Okay. So guys, if you wanna get in contact with us, Mo, how can they do so?
Right, if you want to email us, we are at tatmmovies@gmail.com, and if you want to tweet us, we are at TalkingMovies3.
Yes, it.
And if you and the Instagram is just Talking at the Movies.
So yeah, guys, check out all our other shows on Voltron. Let us know what you thought of any of them horror films if you're gonna check them out, the ones that I saw recently, because I'm curious to know other people's thoughts on them. Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Are you guys?
Corpse Anthrax. What? What do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say, are you guys still watching Buffy and stuff?
I keep forgetting to upload it. That's the thing I wanted to mention. Because I've got the one that we did to start season 2. I keep forgetting.
Upload a podcast.
I keep forgetting about it. That's what I meant. I need Mo to keep reminding me, because we've got like the first 2 episodes for season 2 ready to go. It's okay that we've stopped at this point because it's like in between seasons, so it's okay.
Whoa! Sorry, I nearly just electrocuted myself. Sorry.
The hell.
So
yeah.
just to let you know what just happened there, I've got this like tennis racket, and it's got a button on the side, and it just basically electrocutes. If I wave it around, it just electrocutes like any mosquitoes and stuff.
Oh, the flash was.
So they die instantly. Yeah. So I just nearly shot myself. That's why I said, whoa.
Yeah, so it's ready to go. I just keep forgetting I've got it because we recorded it like a month ago. So I just keep bloody forgetting. But yeah. I'll go get that up. Mo, you gotta keep reminding me, man. Bug me.
Eddie, you need to upload the podcast.
Thank you. So for me, EDERIECE.
It's your boy SALIM.
And it's Mo.
See you guys next week. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Boom.